Hi, welcome to Backyard Blossoms. I'm Joe, a homeschooling mom to 4 kids, 3 boys and a girl, grades 9th grade, 8th grade, 5th grade, and 4th grade. I've been homeschooling for over 10 years now, and I'm so happy you're here. I'm so excited to learn, grow, and bloom with you, and I can't wait to share. So today I thought I'd share about reading, rites of passages, and rituals that we do in our household. If you could bear with me, if I'm looking down, I have some notes here so that I don't ramble and that I just stay on track. So if you see me looking down, just please bear with me. So first, reading isn't just a skill. I really wanted to build a culture of reading and a love of reading in our home because, quite frankly, I love reading. Reading to me is life, it's fun, it's imagination. You get to live in 1,000 different ways, in 1,000 different stories. It's an important part of learning. When you break learning down fundamentally, learning is really reading and writing about what you're doing and then really going to do it if you just break down learning in the basic form. So reading is a huge part of all areas of life, and I really wanted to create a culture of reading and a love of learning in our home and really kind of bring our kids into a lifelong love of learning and reading. So I want to talk about a little bit about how we do that through reading rites of passages. So you may be thinking, what are reading rites of passages? Well, a rite of passage is the same thing as it is in any culture, which is a way of marking a meaningful event or moment or time in a period of transition in someone's life. So for example, you may have a quinceañera. In a lot of cultures, once a child reaches a certain age, they have to do certain things that mark them from going from a boy or girl into adulthood. Well, in our home, it's the same thing. Once our children reach the milestone of completing whatever reading program that they are using, and they can now start to begin reading, then that is when we begin our kind of reading rites of passage in our household. So, what are our reading rites of passage? Well, the first one is that once they have completed their reading program, each child gets their own Kindle. It's just theirs. They get to keep it. I always say it's the only tablet I let them use all the time. They can use it morning or night. They can keep it in their bed with them. They can keep it in their room with them. We have things like iPads and computers and old phones, which are all shared property, but their Kindle is really theirs. And once they completed their reading program, and for us, it was actually hooked on phonics. It was quite some time ago now, so it was before they had the app. So we had the books and the CDs and the videos. So once they completed that, they got their own Kindle. The second reading rite of passage that we do in our house is that everyone gets a bedside container that hooks onto their beds that they can put books in and water, and they each get a book light that they can use at nighttime whenever they want to stay up late and read. Another reading rite of passage that we do is they get a library card so that they can check out their own books. They can learn to the responsibility of taking care of the library's materials, bringing them back, keeping track of what they have taken out of, and they have the freedom to pick pretty much anything that they want to read. Another reading rite of passage that we do, which is kind of more like a tradition, is that if there is a movie that they want to watch, or even sometimes a TV show that they want to watch, I try to see if it is a book first, and if it is a book, we will read the book first and then they can watch the movie, which sometimes they don't like because they just want to watch the movie, but it has become a fun thing for us to do, to read the book first. Sometimes we get a little chatty when we're watching the movie because we're like, oh, this is different. What are they doing? But it becomes a fun little tradition for us all to do, to read the book first and then watch the movie together and kind of discuss the differences and which one we like better. Now I want to talk about some of our everyday reading rituals that we do in our household to make reading fresh and fun and exciting for us. So the first ritual that we do is in the mornings, and usually at nighttime, we wake up and we go to bed reading. So if there is a day when we don't have to wake up and go anywhere, we're usually all in our beds reading for a while before we get up, before breakfast. Sometimes people will go out to the couch and we'll kind of grab our little blankets and we'll sit out there and read for a while till breakfast is ready. And then at nighttime, we're all usually in our beds reading until we fall asleep. I try not to put a time that they have to put them down. It's just whenever they are done, as long as they feel like they can wake up the next day and still do whatever activities or things they need to get done. They can read as long as they want. So that's one of our daily reading rituals. Another one that we still do is read aloud. Now they've moved on from picture books to chapter books, but we all read aloud from a book about 1 o'clock. It's like a read aloud time. We sit down with our snacks. They just came in from playing outside usually, so we sit down with our snacks and we listen to a story or book for at least 30 minutes and just enjoy kind of relaxing before we get on with the second part of our day. Another ritual that we have every Saturday is that we'll grab the iPads and tablets and we'll pick ebooks to load onto our Kindles every day. So that way we're all loaded up for the weekend with books to read. We usually have extra time. So if we get extra pocket of time and we're not going out and doing anything anywhere, they can choose to kind of read their news stories and fun and engage that way. Another reading ritual that we have is that on long car rides with mom, we usually listen to audiobooks. With their dad, it's more music and podcasts, but they know if I'm going to be on a long car ride with them, we'll usually pick up an audiobook that we'll listen to actually at bedtime. So my kids still have bedtime stories, even the oldest ones, but instead of a picture book with me, we're all just sitting in their rooms, kind of talking, ending our day together, processing what we're going to do for the next day actually, and we'll also be listening to a story. So we still have a little bit of story time at nighttime. Usually it's the same one that we're listening to the audiobook. So usually we'll have like 2 or 3 stories going where we'll have our stories that we're listening to at lunch and then the ones that we listen to like on long car rides or at bedtime. So we keep a couple stories rotating. And for me, it's a great chance for me to reach my reading goals too, because sometimes I haven't read those stories yet. Now that they're getting the chapter books, maybe they're ones I didn't read when I was younger, so I'm getting a chance to read them now. Also, maybe it's something I'm reading again for the second time and I can get something new out of it. So it's like a nice cozy way to end our day, still having reading time together for them and for me. And also we can continue the book that we're reading on a car ride if we're not going to be on a long car ride for a while. Also, monthly trips to the library. I try to go at least once a month. I don't try to go more often than that because I have 4 kids and I want to make sure I can keep track of all the books that they take out and get them back. I try to just go once a month, but that's a fun time for us. A lot of times we'll do our schoolwork there that day too, so we'll bring all our schoolwork there and we'll complete our schoolwork, and after we're done doing our schoolwork, we'll go get books and then we'll eat lunch there. We'll go home, so we'll have school at the library for the day. And that is fun. We have a lot of beautiful libraries where we live, and sometimes we'll just drive around the different ones and kind of plop down there for the day. So that is a lot of fun for us. The last kind of reading ritual that we have oftentimes is that whenever we are in a store and there is a book section, whether that's like a Walmart or a Target, we will stop there. And that is just a fun way for us to kind of see what the new reads are out. We can also talk about like which ones we've read, which ones we haven't read, which one we want to get, see new releases. And it's just fun for us to just go back there. And again, just creating a love of learning, a love of reading, a love of literature by just checking out just the new books that are in the store. We'll go on to our cozy kind of reading, seasonal reading things that we do as rituals in our household. And the first one is that whenever there is a rainy day, sometimes we will gather all the pillows and all the blankets in our house, and we will just make a big reading little fort, little cozy nest, and we'll do our schoolwork and hang out there for the day. And especially if I'm tired, that is a great idea because I get to rest. I get to listen to my audiobooks. If anyone needs help, I'm available and sitting there right with them all to help them. And we're all just kind of working, reading, and listening that day, and mom's getting a little rest too. So that's a fun kind of seasonal, traditional thing we do sometimes when it's raining. Another thing that we do is seasonally, like every couple of months, we'll go to our thoughtful spot. If you ever read Winnie the Pooh, he has a thoughtful spot where he goes into those 100-acre woods and he sits down and he thinks for a while. So we created one of those for ourselves in one of our local parks where we'll take our book for the day, we'll take a snack, we'll take a hot chocolate, and we'll go just sit in the park and read a little bit. And there's usually like a playground around. So even if it's 10 or 15 minutes, and we're just having our lunch, reading a little bit, it's a nice way to kind of incorporate nature and relaxation and seasonality into our reading. Another thing that we do to create a ritual of reading in our household and a culture of reading is that instead of doing book reports, we have a family book club. So once a month, when we're finished with our books that we are reading for the month for our reading and English curriculum, we'll all sit around the table, we'll have popcorn, we'll have snacks, we'll have hot chocolate, and we will do a literary analysis of whatever book they're reading. So they'll talk about plots, theme, conflicts, all of those things that are part of literary analysis. And for me, that gives me a chance to check and make sure they actually read the book and to make sure that they're understanding the themes and things that they're reading. And then at the end of that, we all just go around and talk about what we're currently reading, what we want to read. We'll share a little bit about the books that we're enjoying and kind of what we're into in that moment. And it's a really fun and sweet time for our family. Another thing that we do, which I'm going to have to probably make a separate video about, is that let's say once or twice a year, maybe 3 times, we will do a read-a-thon. And it's exactly what you think it is. It is a full day of reading, enjoying books, reading activities, literature activities at our home, and sometimes at our thoughtful spot or at the library too. But it's basically a full day of reading and celebrating literature. And I will do a separate video on that where I'll share all about our read-a-thon and how we do that, different literary foods we eat, decorations, all that. But it is a really fun day and a fun activity that we do a couple of times a year, just again to make that culture of reading and make it alive in our household. Every fall in our area, there's also a book festival, and it is one of our favorites. We go there every year. It's 2 days out of the year, and we eat, we have a good time, we listen to different authors, we sing different authors of books we love, we buy books, and it is just a great time every year. It's something that we really enjoy and really look forward to. That's it. Those are the reading, rites of passages, and rituals and things we do in our household that really help create a culture of learning, a culture of loving reading, loving literature, understanding literature. Because I believe that these rituals, they really shape your identity as a reader. I just don't want my kids to learn, but to see themselves as readers and to see reading as comforting and joyful and fun and imaginative, like I do still as an adult. I still love to get lost in a story. I love to listen and read about different people's lives and how they live and where they've been. And I want to continue to spark that love and that curiosity in them. And these are a couple of things that we have done in our house over the years and continue to do that are fun. I think they're kind of simple. Some of them are more involved than others, but they really give us a culture of reading in our household and kind of let the books quietly surround our lives each day. Well, I would love now to hear from you all. I'm always looking to add to that list. I'm always looking to bloom in that area. So please share with us in the comments section below what you do in your family, if you have any reading rites of passage, if you have any reading rituals, or how you help create a wonderful environment and love of learning and reading in your household so that we can bloom and grow together. I am rooting for you. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for watching. Thanks for listening. Please share, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.